Happy Friday, special friends! It's Fun Activity Friday. This week we read the book Niko and the Trouble Bubble, and that means we're going to do an activity that's going to be lots of fun. But first, let me welcome you back to Mrs. Ashley's Learning Emporium, where we read, write, learn, and play. And today is all about play. Are you ready? Today we're going to play with bubbles, but first we have to make Niko's Trouble Bubble recipe. Before you do this activity, if you haven't heard the story, click the link below before you do this activity and then come back. I'll be waiting for you along with your other special friends to do this activity. Special friends that did hear the story, are you ready? Awesome! Niko's Trouble Bubble recipe. We need a few items. We need 6 cups of water. I already have my water in this blue bucket. It's important that the water is room temperature. And if you want really good bubbles, make sure it's distilled water. Next, we're going to use 1 cup of Dawn dish soap. I only had Ultra lying around the house, so I'll tell you how to make sure your bubbles are super strong if you have Dawn Ultra dish soap like me. And then guess what, special friends? Mrs. Ashley forgot to get glycerin. Niko's Trouble Bubble recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of glycerin. Now this is optional, but I want to make my bubbles as strong as possible. So I'm going to sub in light corn syrup because I had that sitting around the house. For 1 tablespoon of glycerin, you want to use 1/4 cup of light corn syrup. We're using Dawn Ultra dish soap here at Mrs. Ashley's Learning Emporium. We're going to double that. We're going to use 1/2 cup of light corn syrup. We have our pail ready with our water and we have a large spoon for stirring. Are you ready? Now, let's make our recipe. We have our water, so we're going to take our cup of Dawn dish soap and we're going to be super careful. We're going to pour that dish soap into the water and let me see if I can get it all. Nice and blue, just like my blue pail. And I think that's pretty good. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this cup. Now we're going to take our large spoon and we're going to mix slowly. We want to make sure that we're dissolving our dish soap into our water, but we don't want to mix too fast, otherwise we'll get foam. And that will weaken our bubbles. We want nice, strong bubbles. Are you stirring, special friend? I think Mrs. Ashley's hand is starting to get tired. Let's see, I think we still have some more to go. I hope you enjoyed Niko's story with his trouble bubble friend. Do you remember the end when Niko learned some really good lessons? You got it, Niko learned to be really nice to his trouble bubble friend, and then he never called the trouble bubble again. Let's see how our solution is looking. I think that's pretty good. Next, we need to add in our glycerin, or if you're like Mrs. Ashley, you have corn syrup, or you don't have to mix in any at all. But this is going to make our bubbles nice and strong. And here's a tip. If you are patient, you can put this bubble solution in a container with the top and close it overnight and use the solution the next day. It'll give your bubbles the opportunity to get nice and strong. But if you're impatient like Mrs. Ashley, we're going to use some of this bubble solution for some Friday fun. And I think that's pretty good. Our corn syrup is pretty thick. Do you see that, special friends? It's not like regular syrup that we use for our pancakes and waffles, but it's syrup nonetheless. And we're going to gently stir this too. This is a lot thicker than our dish soap. Special friends, do you remember some of the things that the bubble wanted to show Niko? Yes, he wanted to show him the caterpillar. It was Niko's favorite color. Do you remember what that color is? Green. Good job. What else did the bubble want to show Niko? Yes, the bubble wanted to show Niko his friend's sandcastle. But Niko wasn't looking where he was going, and what did he do? He ran right through his friend's sandcastle. But what did he do when he heard his friends cry? He apologized. That's what we do when we make mistakes or have an accident. We apologize. Oh, and I almost forgot. You're right. The bubble was also trying to show Niko a flower that was just starting to bloom. You guys are so good at this. I bet you can write stories too. All right, I think that might be good. Now we're gonna get ready for a fun activity. I'm gonna start clearing our table off and see if I can do it this way. I'm even gonna move Niko in the trouble bubble because I don't wanna get my book wet.